projects, home improvement stuff.
Those are fun though.
Those are fun.
Fun. Yes.
I need somebody to help me because I don't know what the hell I'm doing. Seriously.
Yeah.
I need new floors. I need someone to come and paint. Yeah. You know what? I should meet a man that freaking builds houses. Oh no! Let me not get into what I want to say now.
I was gonna say because I need something that fix cars. Like okay. That's a key factor. Do you know how to fix cars?
Right. A plumber. You know everything that you need to have. Because all has the money that anyway. Let me stop talking.
Yeah.
Kim, what's up, Kim?
Hello, everyone. What did I do this weekend? I did not do anything this weekend. I think I rested. I got a lot coming up next weekend, helping a family member move, and then I have my ukulele lesson, and so I have a lot of things coming up just this weekend. So,
Okay.
no, not really. Spent yesterday all day with my daughter. She had mouth surgery, so I spent the day at her apartment with her, babying her and taking care of her and her dog. So I did that yesterday, and the day before I was with my brother the whole day. So, yes.
I want to say something, but I can't say it because the last time, never mind. Remember when you? Okay. Anyway, so what I did this weekend, I had a great weekend. I got home late. Something happened to my water heater again, but I got this situated, and I was able to go out on Saturday. And my kids are on my behind because so I'm on Live 360, right? And so they know where I'm at. Like, and I don't turn it off because I don't really care. You know what I'm saying? So they were like, "Mom, we noticed." Because Sunday morning, actually, she took me at 1 something, right? She's like, "Are you okay?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm cool." Like, what's up? And then I got home really late. Everybody was sleeping. So then I get Sunday morning. We couldn't get ready for church. It was like, I noticed you were at this restaurant, and then I noticed you were somewhere else, and I just thought somebody kidnapped you.
Oh wow!
So that was funny.
Your kids are stalkers. I love it.
No, I don't mind it at all.
They care. They
do, and it's sweet. Thank you for looking out for your mother. But your mother's in good hands, okay? So anyway, so the topic is off the market. So when you hear this topic, what is your first thought?
Don't call me. Don't text me. Don't pretend like you don't know me when I'm walking in the mall because I'm with this guy right here. I'm with this man. So,
right.
What about you, Tonya? When you hear off the market, what is your first thought that comes to you? Like, what do you think?
I'm married. I don't care for a date. We're not exclusive. You are married. You put a ring on it. You signed the papers,
right?
And the prenup. And so, like, I'm at that point in my life. No, we signed all that. Okay,
right.
You get what you hit. Like, we're not doing this, but just in case, because at this point, hey, I'm too old for that. But yeah, no, I'm married. That means I'm off the market.
Right.
That means someone stood up finally.
Because I actually wrote that down on this piece of paper, y'all. Yeah, anyway, I'll give my thoughts later. So what about you, Felicia? What is your first thought when you hear off the market?
It just means that I'm no longer seeking. I'm not looking. I'm not, interested in entertaining anyone else at this moment with this person. And to me, it just depends because there's so many terms: exclusive, off the market, talk. It's just so many terms. But yeah, I'm not on any dating apps. You're not on any dating apps. You're not looking. You're not doing any of that. You're off the market.
Okay. See, let me say this. Let me say this. Okay, so y'all know I was married for a long time, right? Then I became single. And I realized, because I've been single for 4 years, right, I have not enjoyed or embraced my singleness, right? Or enjoyed being single. Because I didn't know how to be single. But it took for my expectations to be broken to realize, baby girl, you kind of naive. You
yeah.
Because guys, on a serious note, there is a very fine line between slavery and loyalty. I by nature am a loyal person.
Okay.
Okay, I am loyal. If I'm with somebody, I have laser focus. And that is even in dating. That's how I was. But dating, to me, is putting somebody on ice. You me like I'm a placeholder. And that's when Tonya said, off the market means I'm married. I resonate with that because that is so true, right? So the question is, how do you transition from being single to dating and then committing to a relationship? Committing to a relationship, that's I'm dating you exclusively. But here comes the thing. I spoke to a guy actually the other day, and he said, Grace, if you are dating, that means you are still a potential and I will pursue you. Now, if that's your husband, I won't pursue you. And I thought about that and I was like, you know what? This man is right. If it's the person that you're dating that hasn't committed to you or there's no commitment, I don't know what might happen in 6 months, 10 months. You may change. And people have the right to change their minds. Everybody doesn't, whenever you want to. You may wake up one day and say, I don't like how you chew. And then what?
Well, what if you're dating a guy and a guy tells you, "Hey, I want us to be exclusive." At that point, are you like, "Okay, it's just me and you. I'm gonna put all my energy into you."
Okay, so guilty. Guilty because that's words, but no, that happens very often because they want to lock you down like that. They do. They want to make sure that you have that exclusivity. But at the end of the day, yes, because it is exhausting entertaining multiple people. Because now this person wants to see you, this person wants to see you. It is annoying. It is. So you want to be exclusive, but then at the same time, that same person has to put an effort. They have to put an effort. So you're telling me you want me to be exclusive, but you can't make time for me. You can't even find an hour of your day for me, but this person will.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
But
So they can say that, but you got to show it too, though. You can't just say it. Because I can say that all day. No, we're not doing that.
That's right. When words and actions don't match up, you need to start asking questions. Because whose time you're not going to waste? Because let me tell y'all, I'll just say I was very naive.
Yeah, it happens.
But at what point do you? And I understand her point, but at what point do you say, "Okay, I'm gonna try to be exclusive with this person"? Because if you really want to take that person seriously, you kind of have to take away some of the other noise. Because if you're entertaining other guys, you don't know what it's just like to deal with this guy. Okay, like you said, this is at this point of when you're asking me to be exclusive, I'm gonna find out if you're gonna keep paying me attention, if you're gonna start dating me, continue to date me, or you're gonna continue, like you said, your actions need to line up. But with him saying let's be exclusive, it tells you everything about what type of man he is after that point. Then you can say, okay, 3 weeks of not paying me any attention, not dating, on to the next.
See, I think that's, and for me, that's kind of where that's where I'm at right now. It's like, okay, well, so what should I do? Because that comes back to that whole put all your eggs in one basket. Like, do I do that? Do I continue to be this? How do I know this person is being true?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They just might want to say that because, hey, I done showed you a whole nother world that you ain't used to.
Right.
Because I'm no, I do that. Like it's just that's the woman in me. I'm a giver. I feed into if and it's a joke to me on Facebook, but I always say this: if I like you, I start buying you stuff.
Wow.
And so when I get to that point, because I'm a giver, at the end of the day, I'm a giver, but it's like, okay, well, how long as a single woman do I accept this? Like, okay, because I don't have time. I'm very career oriented. Like, I don't have time to entertain multiple people at the same time. I still want my attention. You know what I'm saying? When I am free, I want to make sure you're free too.
Right.
But I can't do that because in my last situation, you know what I'm saying? Like, I got done in the dirt because, hey, I took care of the situation. I took care of everything. And, it depends on, like, I guess where we go as women in our life, how we've been done in the past, because it is hard to decide that. Like, it's hard. Like, okay, do I be exclusive with him? But then let's just be real. It's in the day of social media and pretty women, there's like 7 other dudes out there that will do everything and everybody talks so good, but until you show me something, it means nothing to me. It means absolutely nothing. And so, yeah, that's the hard buffer. I haven't figured it out yet.
Well, how long
Yeah.
do you date a guy before you say, I want to be off the market? Do you wait for the guy to say it, or do you
So
wait?
usually they say it first.
Yeah.
Usually, yeah, they always say it first. So that's one thing I've learned about men. They want to lock you in right away,
Right.
especially if they see what kind of woman you are.
Mhm.
First of all, I'm not begging. I don't
Right.
need you. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? You know what I'm saying? And I excel in other things. You know,
Right.
so they always want to lock that in. So they don't want you. They always usually try to lock you in first,
Hmm.
Okay.
in my experience.
I need to read some comments. Felicia
Okay.
says, "Good evening, ladies. Off the market means I'm beefing up my search before I start fooling around."
Okay.
Okay.
And she
That's what
says,
it is.
"Felicia, come through with the high and low bar." Okay, girl. And then she says, "I'm not putting one egg in the basket. Been there, done that.
See?
There's a guy that's trying to like me now and didn't know I wrote a chapter in the game book. I had to school him."
Mm.
I think,
That's what they want.
yeah, I think Tonya says a lot of stuff that's honestly is true. But I think that you have to, in your mind, have a time limit for yourself because
Yeah.
they will sit you on ice forever if you allow them to. Right?
Mhm.
Exactly.
So you
Exactly.
have to have the conversations in the beginning.
Right.
Because I always say this: when you don't use your voice and
Right.
speak your truth, you are dishonoring yourself. And if the relationships ends, right, and you're sitting back and you're asking yourself now, okay,
Yeah.
why did I allow this guy to treat me this way, or why did I allow certain things to happen? You start realizing, hey, wait a minute, he was like this, he did this, and then you really start realizing he was never for me, or he didn't really like me,
Right.
Yeah.
and you wasted 6 months, 8 months because you didn't open your mouth and say, hey, I don't like this, I don't like that. Or you were in a situation where they didn't like to be questioned.
Right. And to me, it's a lot of deal breakers that can happen because if I was, dating, it would definitely have to be a time. I'm that is my personality. We can try this for a couple months, but that's about it. If things aren't working or meshing like they should, I don't think you should go on and on and on with an exclusive relationship that's not working.
Because we're too old now.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, and if this person is
Yeah.
responsive, if this person is giving, if this person is those are basic things that and you should already know before you even say exclusive.
Listen,
Yeah.
and let's be honest, when you're dating multiple people, you
Right.
have a favorite, right? Am I right, Tonya?
But they're favorites in their own category. Like
Yes.
there's categories
And
to
don't
it.
you
But you can't build a man. Y'all
know
doing build a man. He can be
See,
good at
that's
this and this and
that's
that.
been my issue. That's been my issue for the past 35
Build a
years.
bear,
Like
build a man. Y'all
I'm
funny.
done. I'm done building men. I'm done
He
building
does the
men.
plumbing. He does the yard. He does. That's building a man.
No, no, you're right. Though. I'm not saying it's completely right, but there's like a favorite. You can
Right.
say 1, 2, 3, 4, whatever. And sometimes you wish you can take pieces of them and put them together, but that's
Yeah. It don't work.
Now,
It never worked.
It
It
doesn't
now
never
work
I have
worked.
a
like that.
girlfriend. I have a girlfriend that asked her long-standing boyfriend. I say long-standing. They've been dating for about a year, and she asked them, just to clarify the relationship and get some sort of understanding. Hey, I kind of don't want us to date other people. I don't want to be dating other people. And
Right.
he's like, I know I'm not. She's like, I'm not dating other people, and I know you're not dating other people, but I would like us to like say it. And, and the guy hesitated, was like,
Oh. Mm-mm.
see,
like, you want me to actually
Nope.
say that?
No.
And I was like,
Yes.
she's like, well, I'm like, look,
bye.
I'm like,
Yeah.
sis, no. Mm-mm.
But you have to recognize your objective. Are you dating to get married? Are you dating to fill space? Are you dating to just have fun? What is your purpose?
Well,
Because
her purpose
wasted
is
time
dating
means
to get
something different for
married.
everybody.
Hers is
I don't have
dating to get
purpose.
married because she's older and she
Right.
wants to be married.
It's a
It's-
cutoff. Like, why do we nurture these relationships that do nothing for us or that's not taking us where we want to be? That's to me wasting time. He's a nice guy. I had this conversation with one of my friends earlier this week about he's a nice guy. He checks all the boxes, but da 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 da. Well, he's not giving you what you need. So why are we still in this relationship? Like, are you? It's okay to stay in that relationship, but are you just there having fun, feeling time? Know why you're there, because you'll get disappointed in the end because you don't want to marry him, even if he asks
Right.
you. You know.
Let me read some comments, guys. Felicia said that bastard has a woman at home. Talking about he sleep on top of the covers and he's live and live in old lady sleeps under the covers. Boy,
next. Next.
And then she said,
conversation over.
His unwillingness to commit is our biggest issue. He can kiss my grit. Like, I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I have become freaking ruthless. Like, I have. Hi, good evening, ladies.
Hey friend.
Honestly, like, and people say, "Oh, are you bitter?" I am not bitter at all. Because one thing about Robbie Wood, baby, she's gonna heal. If you don't know nothing about me, I'm going to heal, and I'm gonna get over your ass, okay? But I've become where I am very cutthroat on what I want, what I'm looking for, what I will allow.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sitting on my mouth. If I don't like something, I'm speaking up. And I thought that I was outspoken before, but I realized, let me tell you what I realized about myself, yo, that there were certain people that I didn't speak up. I don't know why. I know not why now, but I'm not going to share that now. But
right.
And when I realized that about myself, I went back inside myself to figure out the wounds that made me do the things that I was doing. Like, no, baby. Like, no. Have you looked at yourself in the mirror? Okay, yeah, you're pretty, all this, but then there was other things. There were other wounds that not even related to him. See, this is when a guy hurts you. We as women need to stop saying, "Oh, he's a bad person." You need to ask yourself why you allowed that shit. What is wrong inside of you that allowed this treatment and for it to continue for that duration of time? Why did I allow him to put me on ice? Why?
That's just like with when I was discussing that issue with my friends. I said, even though I'm married, I still have to look at it towards other relationships, friendships, and things like that. Because I had some friends that I thought we were good friends, but they end up showing me that they weren't. And I'm that kind of person that are like, if I think we're friends, I'm gonna be friends to the end. But I have to learn that I learned the hard way that it's not always that for everybody else. So it's like that behavior rolls out of your relationships into your friendships, into your partnerships, that type of thinking where you sit and you stay in something that's not benefiting you for a long time, and then after you say, well, I wasted time. Well, you knew day two he wasn't for you. His teeth was too yellow. I don't like yellow teeth, but he's a nice guy. He checks all the other boxes. But if he asks you to marry him, you're gonna be like, I can't get past those yellow teeth.
So I follow a lot of relationship counselors, things like that, because I feel like in my past I failed in all my relationships. So I'm trying to like, okay, what am I doing wrong? Like, what am I doing wrong? And one of these videos on TikTok. So first of all, TikTok teaches us everything, right? But it said those are those feelings, like those are the feelings that we get, and so it makes us feel good. And so the moment that we stop feeling good, we go look for it again. So it's a never-ending cycle. It's the dopamine that gets to us because, oh, this one makes me feel good. This one makes me, he thinks I'm pretty. He thinks I'm the best thing in the world. Now he wants to be exclusive. Now he wants this. Oh my God. Oh my gosh. I like him. And then when that dies down, we go look for the next one. But in a real relationship, we're going to learn to build on that, because I need to talk to you to tell you that, hey, you don't make me feel like that no more. Or, so I think that that's, in my situation, that was my issue, was that, hey, I'm looking, because I'm not going to blame it on being a Leo or being very as confident as I am, but maybe that's what it is. Like I get the attention, and then it kind of transitions, and I don't know how to transition with it, And so we want to feel, as women, we want that feel good. We want y'all to make us feel good. And when we don't find it, there's the next one, and he's making us feel good. That's why we're in a never-ending cycle of being in these failed relationships. And that was just my truth. So,
no, that's good.
And I learned it on TikTok. Like,
it teaches you a lot, yo. I was listening to a podcast about how trauma is stored in your nerves, and like, because I like somebody currently, right? I like a lot of people, but I like one anyway. So I was trying to figure out some stuff, and I almost got so anxious. I said, wait a minute. When you are anxious, right, you are thinking about the future or the past. So in order for me to enjoy this person now in the present, I can't be wondering about the past and the future, the what ifs. Bump that. I'm gonna enjoy him now, however that may look. Um, is this person, am I gonna end up with them? Probably not. But for me, I'm living. Where I'm at right now, I'm enjoying my singleness. I'm enjoying my life. I'm like, y'all, I'm having fun, and it's good, clean fun, and it's people that are not exactly like me. It's so different to what I normally would do because I always want to feel safe. And in the past, when I've chosen those things, I may have been physically safe, but other parts of me were not safe. My heart was
Right.
not safe. So it was hard for me to be vulnerable, even though I tried to be vulnerable. That thing about feeling safe really is a trap for me. I gotta stay in the moment and like really figure that shit out. But before I continue, let's play the video. You guys are ready for the video? Have you watched
Yes.
it?
When you're shifting from being single and dating and committing to someone in a relationship, how long does your person have to drop their hose? To let those people who are in their life know that they're not single anymore. They can't be pulled up on anymore. They're not going to be saying yes to dates anymore. How long do you give them? What does that process look like for you? Like when you stop being single, what's your process to announce to your network that you're not single anymore? I don't know nothing. I'm just asking questions. But what do you think?
Woo! Who wants to start?
What I wanted to say before I delve into that video, because that's a good video, I wanted to talk about what you were saying a while ago, Robert, which I think is so key, is staying in the moment. And I think so many times as women, we don't stay in the moment. You know, for us, you know, sometimes our mind are just going way before us, or we're lingering back to that hurt and those feelings. But I think that all of us, anybody here listening, I think they need to learn how to be in the moment,
Right.
to be in the moment of their life. I'm
That-
not just being in the moment of your life. And
Right.
leave that crap behind.
Mhm.
Get therapy if you need it. Leave that crap behind and stop putting the hurts and pains that you had from a past relationship onto new relationships. And you're going all the way into the future with that crap.
You know,
Man, live in the moment.
no, you're right. You know, Kim, I was having therapy last week, and I was talking to my therapist about the person that I like. And she said, it sounds like you trust him. She said, what's that about? Because I know you're not a trusting person. And I said, I trust him to be human. I have zero expectation. My expectation is that he's going to piss me off at some point. He may hurt my feelings. That's my expectation. And that's how I'm able to enjoy people because I don't have an unrealistic expectation. Oh, he will never do this. The moment you say a mother's son will never do something, guess what? He gonna do it. Okay.
Yeah.
So I am enjoying the moments. Whenever my mind tries to go, I tell myself, "B, shut up."
I know, pull it back.
I bring it
Yeah.
back.
Pull it back, pull it back.
Yeah.
Get back in the moment. Get back in the
Yeah.
moment. Get back. Quit getting into that. Oh, would he make a good husband?
No,
Oh,
he does get
I wonder how much he's making. No, stay in
but
the moment of where you're at. I'm trying to
yes,
teach my daughter that to stay in the moment. She's in a new
girl,
relationship,
she's
and I'm
7
just
years
like, can you not just stay in this moment, like right now? And she's
right
like, oh,
now,
it's so hard because I
Right.
really like them. I said, I know, but you have to stay in this moment. If not, you're going to drive yourself crazy.
Yeah.
right now. Stay in the moment, right? Enjoy that person right now, forever long. And this is what I tell my therapist. If this lasts 3 days, for 3 days, I enjoy that person. I opened myself up. I was vulnerable. I really enjoyed it. I actually lived. Do you know how big that is for me? For me as a person, that is huge.
Yes, that's huge.
Able to actually do that and believe it and feel it and live like that and practice it. This is the thing, guys. Healing doesn't mean that it feels good all the time because it sure as hell does not. But it's in those moments when the anxiety comes and I'm overthinking, I can capture that thing. And by the way, guys, I use the word of God and practical things. Let me make that clear. Let's two together. It's not just only therapy. Okay. So let me read some comments, guys. Facebook says safety is key. Facebook user, can you tell us who you are, please? Felicia says that dude is damaged. Don't listen to him. You need to tell your hoes immediately when you're off the market.
Yeah.
The water
Well,
issue.
because they always let us down.
And then
No.
Facebook user says stand up. So yeah. So how do you transition? When do you tell the person? How do you know that you're supposed to tell all you other hoes that you're off the market? What is the defining factor that says, "Hey, let me let you all know"? You, and then when he said they can't pull up, you can't pull up anyways. What you mean you can't?
Yeah. No.
Like, they don't. No, I got kids, honey. You cannot pull up. No,
Yeah.
you go pull up in the alley, or no, you're not. You can't even do that. My kids be watching me. Okay, you're not pulling up. So, what do you guys think?
When there is a conversation had about the relationship, I think that's when you can. Because sometimes I think there's a lot of gray lines in relationships. And I think sometimes people like to muddle around in the gray. And I think that you need to draw a line in the sand, especially for some of these dudes out here. You need to like say, hey, this is where I'm at. Where are you? And then they go, oh, I'm on the other side of the line. You go, okay.
Yeah.
But you have to communicate. You have to. It has to start with communication.
Yeah, and you have to love yourself enough to speak up for yourself. Because I made a TikTok the other day and I said we are seeking this unconditional love, but we haven't even showed it to ourselves first.
Mm-hmm.
We want other people to show us the shit we can't even give ourselves.
Right.
They'll give us
Right.
therapy. You can't show yourself that. You don't even need a man. Bye. You understand what I'm saying? Like we do too much because we're looking for somebody to cover those wounds or make us feel that dopamine. Yo, I was listening to this podcast and this woman said that even texting in an anxiously attached person, texting is like a hit of dopamine. So if I wake up in the morning and dude says good morning and you're excited and then you may share a meme and then you don't respond 2 hours later, in those 2 hours you are a fucking mess. No man. Like that is that is crazy, but been there, done that. And then you start thinking, well, maybe I said something or didn't. Go by. I can't even. That takes up too much space and time. But there's many of us out here that do that. We
Yeah.
need to fix and that hits. Sometimes you gotta sit through that shit, okay, and feel whatever you want to feel. But no, we don't want to do that. Well, let
You
me
gotta be okay with that dude. If the dude calls you tomorrow and say, hey, Sharon, I'm out. I'm out. I met son. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And you
Yeah.
gotta be okay and say, okay, and move on. Instead
Right.
of it just like you said, it it drops you, you know.
It does. It
I've
does.
known so many people who have ended relationships and that other person commits suicide. I'm like, because
Yeah.
of a relationship? I'm like, come
Mm-hmm.
on, because your girlfriend left you.
Well, a
And you
lot of
commit
people.
suicide. But I mean, the relationship means more to them than their own life, which I don't understand that, but
Oh, that's an idol. That's idolatry. God's gonna beat you behind
yeah.
because you made that human being an idol. And that's another thing too. As soon as you put somebody on a pedestal, the Holy Spirit will be like, "Oh, this is what we're doing." Oh, okay. That shit is not going to work out, baby, because He ain't playing that. And I've been checked before, putting relationships before God, not intentionally,
Right.
not intentionally, but
Well,
subconsciously. You're like, and then you're like, "Ooh,
that goes back to the thought that I think is that loving you first, enjoying you first, putting yourself first before any relationship. Of course, God first, but putting yourself first
right."
because you have to date strategically.
Right.
When a guy don't you get geeked up when he was like, I want to be exclusive, but you really need to evaluate the pros and the cons. Like I already
Yeah.
know he late to everything and I can't deal with that. I
Right.
already know that he's this type of way. Is this something I can deal with long term? Does this match up with my goals? And I know it sounds methodical, but we really need to start thinking through our relationships. Like a lot of times women will say stuff like, when I knew he wasn't the one because he did this, like 2 weeks into the relationship. It's like, well, why did you still, that's the
Right.
person you put on
I
ice.
know.
You're like, oh
I
yeah,
know.
no, this is not going to be marriage material,
Shoot,
Yeah.
I said
Right.
date them all.
You go out on a date with a guy and he says, "Are you really going to have dessert?" And you're
Oh
like,
yeah, it's over. It's a wrap.
"No, I don't want no dessert. Thank
But
you."
you can tell actually you can tell by texting, even in texting or talking on the phone, if they talk a certain way. And I like to, and I've said this before, I like to FaceTime before I go out with somebody, especially if I meet them on the app. We're gonna FaceTime. I'm gonna see your real teeth, man. Because
Not your 1972.
Stop. She said your real teeth.
yes, I'm gonna see your real whatever because
That's the real teeth.
Take off the hat. I want to see
That's why you got to call them at 6 o'clock
how
in the
far
morning.
your
Are you
hairline
up?
goes back. Take off the hat.
Mm-mm.
Oh, stand
that's
up,
funny.
stand up next to the door, please.
Oh Lord.
Oh,
Like,
Oh, I can tell you stories. Like, let me tell you, oh Jesus, that's why I don't play games. How tall are you for real? For real.
please, please.
that's how you free up. Without
Because I'm
you,
5'2", and if I look in your eye, nope.
No,
Is
let me
it
tell you
offensive?
what-
Do y'all think it's offensive if a man asks you what is your dress size?
No,
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 no.
why not?
if he wore my dress size,
No,
If he
what?
asks you what is your dress size, how much you weigh?
Honestly, we judging men's
yeah,
bellies.
I would find that offensive. Yes,
No, it's not
Yes.
offensive. Why?
yes,
I don't.
yes.
It's not offensive.
Mm,
Like, no, you can ask me if I'm fat. I'm good with it.
Yeah.
no.
Are you fat? And what's your weight? It's two
Oh, that's
different things.
Okay, let me read some comments. Felicia said, I don't like, not Felicia. Jesus.
You've been calling her Felicia for long. I can let you roll with it, baby.
I don't like
I
people.
thought Keisha's gonna correct you though. Go
I
ahead.
thought someone would correct me. So my expectations are always low until you show me differently. This dude kept texting me and I didn't respond on purpose. And he texted me, "You're not talking now?" Blocked. Yo, I block people for the silliest things. I'm not you.
When I went, the last situation I went through like that, he called me the B word and told me I wasn't even all that. After he begged me for weeks and I ignored him,
No.
and I was the B word. After I was like, oh, I blocked him first, but
No,
that's been weird.
Wait, the guy that was telling me that I was a catfish, that I wasn't real,
Yeah.
he's telling me I need to prove myself. Y'all, if I show you all this picture, sir, I know you effing lying.
I know you lying. It's always them though. It is always those ones that want it like really.
Like, you don't even look, you look like you're missing tooth in your head, but that's another story. So Keisha says, you let your hoes know as soon as you make me orgasm with the shakes. Wow. Forget it.
Oh yeah.
A lot of people lie too much. Nope. Girl, Keisha, stop. Will says, when you make it Facebook official is when
That's what I said. Facebook official with a picture. And not a picture with the smiley face on it so they can't see the face. That's mine. What's his name? I'm with
I
you.
want your Facebook to change.
You need to put me on your Facebook, let everybody know. Because I'm gonna tell you, it don't stop the hoes. That's usually when they come in tenfold.
Oh yeah.
But I need to be public. I'm sorry. I need to be public. I'm not gonna go public with you if you don't go public with me.
But
We both fine.
Though, Facebook official is cool, but you're still putting me on ice though. Because you can make me Facebook official, but you're not serious about me. So me, it goes back to duration of time. I'm giving you allotting a certain amount of time. I don't give a damn about Facebook official. Bump that.
Yeah, that's true though. And you know, and all honesty, like I start most of my little conversations, or if we start going down a path, with I'll let them know that I am dating with intent. I want a husband. I don't want a buddy. I don't want a friend. I have plenty of those. I have plenty of male friends that are very uncut and real with me, and they're gonna tell me if they like you or not. If my male friend doesn't like you, it's not gonna work because he's gonna tell me. I'm dating at this point. I'm dating with intent, and I need to. This is where we're at. This is the spirit. This is the route I'm going in my life. This is the path, and either you're gonna go with me or you're not. Because in my next path, I'm going down a spiritual one, and I would need a strong husband to be behind me because that's what it's going to take for me to get there, and I know that, and it's been spoken into me, and so we can't just keep doing this. So I'm gonna tell you off top, and right there when I say that, that usually weeds them out. I don't know why, but here lately, it's like, oh, they all for it, and it's like, oh shit.
But we as women, and I'm guilty. I am super guilty of this, but I learned. we need to say what we mean and mean what we say. If we say we're not putting up with this, oh, you get out of line, I'm not putting up with that. Okay, good. We're not exclusive anymore because apparently you're not in a place to go in the direction that I need to go in or to give me what I need. Right. But we say, no. We have to stand firm, and that's hard, especially if you're looking for a relationship and you think this guy is good. It's hard to just say forget it, but we need to get into that space where it's okay. It's okay.
Yeah, and I think that also too, like social norms kind of messes that up too, because then if that's the case, and we know we are single women dating, now you fast. Oh, you done moved on to the next one. Yeah, because he's not what I was looking for. Yes, I'm moving to the next one. I'm getting old. Like you know what I'm saying?
I'm getting old.
Old men can get young women. Older women can't get younger men. It's
that's a lie. That's a lie.
I mean, okay. Well, you know what I mean. You know,
lie.
I know. You're right.
No, please. Let me tell you. Nah, in my experience, actually, more younger men approach me.
They want the older ones. They do. Yeah. But you know what? And I did. So what happened was that I had ran into that situation a few times, and I asked them the same question. Why do you want an older woman? They said because and every single one of them. Okay, we talking about like young. So I'm 35. We talking about like 21, 22. And so well, because usually y'all older ones, y'all are on your stuff. Y'all are established. Y'all can cook. And you don't want drama. And I'm like, that's what y'all are looking for? You looking for a fucking mom? Like, no. Okay, next. Never mind. So I went through that phase too. Now, in the next category where you're at, Rabia, that's different though. That's different. Because at least they
Let me read some comments, guys. Keisha says, Felicia, you're right. I dated a man that had me late for church 2 consecutive Sundays because he wants a coffee. No, sir, I'm out. Hey.
Don't church got coffee. They got coffee at church.
Mr. TMI says, hey, Grace. Hey. Will's laughing. I have to read this comment. This is such a good comment, y'all. Derek says, we give rules to people we don't like. You are right. It's the ones that make you compromise your rules you have to watch out for.
Right.
Yes.
Yes.
Absolutely. I totally agree with that.
Yes. That's so true.
Yes. If I don't like you, you're not going past go. He says right there looking for mamas. Somebody on TikTok has a question for you ladies to answer. He says, what's the incentive for marriage for a high value man?
What's the what now?
What's the what?
Incentive for marriage for a high value man.
I don't know what you're saying.
What's a high value man? He's saying
that's subjective.
Look, don't get me started on this one because in my opinion, I'm a high value woman. I don't need no one. I am semi-successful, I'm not there yet because I haven't reached my peak yet, but I'm on that path. But it can go both ways. And to me, if you put 2 high value people together, we're gonna make greatness. Why would you if that's where you want to go, if that's where you actually want a true powerful partnership, there's not, there's to me that I just don't see how that is even a question. But also I don't fit into the category where I need that man, or I'm a high value person myself. Now, someone who might be less than that, yes, I can understand. Like, what is the point of that good man picking someone lesser? But I think it depends on where the person is at in their life. Personally, over here, we don't have those issues. So
yeah, I think honestly, when we talk about high value women and men, stuff like that, it can get really tricky, and it can get crunk in a sense.
Yeah. I was offended. I was like, what do you mean? First of all, I'm high value too.
But as a single mother and a single parent, it's hard to function in your femininity a lot of times because you have to do all the things a role that a man does. Mm-hmm. So I understand your response to that question or how you responded, because you have to be a certain way. You have to be a certain way.
Yeah.
So it's hard to really be in your femininity, and I get that. I need to read one more comment. Derek says, greatness is not created just because you have two high value people. Greatness is created when your visions complement each other.
I totally agree with that.
I want to say that as far as the high value of a person, I think that's an individual thing because what I'm looking for as a mate may not be what Felicia's looking for as a mate.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? So my high value could be something entirely different than her high value. So that's on an individual basis because what Robin is looking for could not be what Tanya is looking for, you know?
Right.
And
Right.
so the value, I think that changes per person.
That's
That's
very subjective. But I think what's not subjective is when you say
Thank you.
high
What makes you high
value
value? What is that?
of a man or a woman, is that person adding to? Are they being an asset in your life? That means they're adding to your life. They're bringing you joy. They are financial, whatever bringing to means to you. Or are they a liability? They're taking more than they're giving. So that to me determines what is high value. Is that person adding to your life, or is that person taking away? Are they an asset to you, or are they a liability?
That's
And
good.
that works both ways with both men and women.
Good.
You know,
Because there are some women that won't date a man with 200 below, making money. If he don't make $200,000 or below, I won't, they won't date him. Well, that's a high value.
I want to
That's
say
her
something
value.
about that. Go ahead.
That's her high value though. That's it. That's her level. I won't date someone who's below that. But someone could be like, you know what? That's not a deal breaker for me. A deal breaker for me is if they love the Lord and they love the Lord and if they serving God. That could be, hey, if that person's making $200,000 and not serving God, I can still work with that because I need that type of lifestyle. That's her
right,
high
because that's a lifestyle too, though.
Mine
and
is
like
maybe
sometimes some people
spiritual.
just want, yeah, but it could be other things too, though. It could be someone who actually completes the person. Because for me, I want someone who's what I'm not, and when I say that, it's because I know my personality and I know how I am as a person. So for me, a high value person is going to be someone who completes me. At the end of the day, I don't care how much money you make, because together we can be great. I know what I bring to the table, but at the same time, if you're going to knock me down and you're not going to build my confidence, I need someone who's going to speak life into me, because that's just what I need. That's the type of love I want. And it might just be a feeling. It might just be that dopamine. But if you can't put that into me, I don't give a damn how much money you make, because I promise you, if it really came down.
But that's okay though. If other women out there want that high value man that's making that's okay because that's her. You know what I'm saying?
I think when you put a number on how much money somebody makes, you're on a slippery slope. Because I know people that literally make $200,000 a year and they literally spend $200,000 a year. So you get on a slippery slope with that. Because one thing my dad always told me is it's not about the amount of money you make, it's how you manage that money. And he is so right. He said, if you make $40,000 and you manage that $45,000, you can live a great life. You make $100,000 and you don't manage that, honey, you have to tell your money what to do, because money or it runs away. If you don't tell your money, you doing this, you'll look up and not have any money. So when they start talking in money, because like my husband is the money guy. Y'all, I just say, what can I spend? Okay, I can spend this. Okay. He's in there with a spreadsheet talking about this. I could care less, and that's bad. But I could care less about the spreadsheet. I know my lights have never been off. I know the bills are being paid. He's that money person. I'm the person that's something different. So that's what I said. Is that person adding value? Are they adding value? And to her, and to what she said, I agree 1,000% to what she said. And it is, you have to be opposites. You can't be the same. Like, what is he bringing? Like, I'm not the money person. He's the money person. I'm the fun person. He's the fun snatcher. I'm the fun person. So he'll be like, we can't do that right now. Oh, that's not in the budget, but I'm the person. Let's live our life. Let's live our life and let's have fun. But you can't have two people trying to live their life and have fun and you'll be living outside.
Yeah, nobody, you're looking at the money. Come on.
Yeah. Oh, that's absolutely right. Because at the end of the day, I know what I bring in financially, and it's decent.
But at the same time, I'm in that category. Like, hey, I do good. I also check too, though. And I don't know, I'm fun. I'm it all. I need someone to tell me, no, sit down. You're not going to do that. But to me, that's my high value. I don't care how much money you make. I can care less if you made more than me. To me, high value is someone who's going to actually complete me and be the person that I'm not. Because to me, as a woman, I do want to submit on another level. So, but in social media, it's social media that is doing this. They're putting high value on a dollar amount. But then the people, and I hate to be, and I might get a lot of backlash on this, but the women who say that I want a high value man, he got to do this, he got to do that. They the ones that they don't even make 20,000. You look good. You look good, girl. You went and got yourself done. Now you want a high value man, but what do you have?
But see,
I get that. I still think it's individual, though.
Okay, I have to say this about how much money a woman makes. That's not what they focus on. Really, most men don't care. Most men that I talk to don't care about that. Honestly,
most men don't.
Talking about women care about how much.
Women care about that, but men don't care about that.
Do.
Oh,
that's what I mean. They don't care about how much money. Now, if a man asks you, like I have been asked before, what you bring to the table, I block your ass. I don't ask you this shit. Let me read this comment. The people who typically look for high value men are people who are trying to avoid the normal friction of marriage and relationships. They're looking for something easy, but marriage is not that simple. It is not.
Absolutely.
Will says they don't cook or maintain a household.
okay. First of all, no, I could. But I'm gonna pay somebody to clean my house because I ain't got time for that.
That's just like, saying I need a woman to cook and clean is like me saying I need a man to mow the yard and fix the cars. First of all, most men are gonna pay somebody to mow the yard, and most men are gonna send your car somewhere to get it fixed. So that's out for me. That's why I said
I'll cook. I love cooking. Cook is my thing. Like that's my hobby, whatever. But as far as no, I'm paying someone to come in here and clean it once a week because y'all gonna deep clean and me and the kids are gonna keep it up because you can't have it all.
Mm-hmm.
You can't.
It's hard.
It's hard, especially if a man's looking for a woman who's not a housewife. Like, I'm sorry, if you have a career, you're not a housewife. You're not.
I'm not.
Do you want me to go out and make money, or do you want me to clean up? Pick.
Yeah, we can't do both.
Pick one.
Will says I do both in my house. Hey, that's a partnership.
Yeah.
I like to cook personally, but let me tell you, being from an African background, again, I always say the teachers have to be wives, I have to cook, how to clean. Mm-hmm. And so I used to think that that's what I had to do, And yes, I do have to do that but I love to do it as well. Mm-hmm. But it doesn't define how I love the person, or it doesn't define, all those things.
My value.
Right. Mm-hmm. That's not because I bring other things. I know that.
Yeah.
Okay. I will talk you, baby. I will talk you up. You would think you're walking on water. Okay. Or, I can do that. But with the same mouth, I can tear you down. But see, I'm a balance. You see, guys? It's a balance.
Balance. But that's what we need in relationships is balance.
Balance. Exactly.
Yeah.
I totally agree.
One person can't do it all.
No, they can't.
One person can't fix everything either.
Mm-hmm. Right.
But we talk about drop friends. Look, I'm gonna drop them when I feel good. If I feel good about you, I'll drop them. But the moment you start up, I got 6 more.
I wouldn't be dropping nobody. I put everybody on ice.
Yeah,
they can be on ice for a while, but then I'm not just tell them no.
But sometimes you got
to. I see how you acting.
Not till we have a conversation. Not until we have a conversation.
Kim, they will have a conversation with you, honey. They will.
Day 2, they will say that. Hey, what are we?
Instead of asking, let's be exclusive, you need to be taking up so much of my time that I don't have time for nobody else.
That part.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
I don't mind. It lets me go. Oh, well, he don't want to pay me no attention. Well, let me go see what so-and-so doing.
Oh, that's so true.
She did it. That was exactly. She said what I couldn't say because I felt bad about saying it. I be feeling bad. I'm like, look,
don't feel bad.
How much attention do you need for a guy to give you that? Do you feel what is it? When you're suffocating, Do
Right.
you?
Well,
No.
you don't have to see me every single day, but you need to be calling me on Monday saying, what we going to do this weekend, baby? What we
Thank you.
got going this weekend? You know,
Make it
that
happen.
lets me know that you want to spend your weekends and your extra time with me. Or I'm
Right.
off on Friday. What can we do? You know,
Right.
that
Yeah.
show that's showing me, you know.
But and I require that because I would do the same thing. If you tell me that you're off on Saturday,
Mm-hmm.
and you know what I'm saying, and I know I'm in a position to plan something, like, and I like you. Look, we going to get massage. Like I'm about to make you feel good. But if you can't do that for me, or you can't even find that Saturday to take, or any of that time, because Monday through Friday I'm gonna work. Like
Right.
period. It's not. There's not a question. I'm not taking off unless we going out of state.
Right.
Like I'm not taking
Right.
off.
Right.
But on weekends, hey, we both have this weekend. Like, if you so busy this whole weekend that you can't find this couple hours for me, then like, hey, that's no.
That's a wrap.
That's
That's
no.
even for my husband. Like, he has tournaments on the weekend, and I'll be like, okay, I'm gonna need a date this week. So you need to pick a date that you're gonna take me somewhere because you're
Yeah.
gonna be gone the weekend.
Yeah.
And he makes it happen every time.
Yeah.
But we have to set our boundaries. Like, no, you ain't supposed to be gone all weekend, then be mad at me because you tired. No, we're
Yeah.
not doing
No,
that.
we're not doing that.
No.
Right.
So Will says the wife has no problem letting me know when she needs quality time, and that's good. That you communicate.
Yep.
But you
So,
know,
and to add to that too, and if I tell you that and you
Mhm.
still don't do anything, I'm just dating. That's a wife.
Right.
I'm dating.
cool child.
I'm dating. Because guess what? Next.
What I,
Yes.
what I know now, I will never tolerate a lot of shit I tolerated in the past.
Yeah.
Never gonna happen. Never. Oh my God. Like sometimes when I think back on it and I say, girl, you are so naive.
Yeah.
Naive.
And nobody teaches us how to date,
No.
No.
because
No.
I know a lot of women in my family, their marriages are dysfunctional, or they just dysfunctional. It's like, child, I'm not trying to learn that from you. So it's it's like we have to, learn this on our own. I mean, even at this big age, I'm learning stuff on TikTok. Like, that's
I was gonna
right.
say, TikTok taught me.
That's right. I never thought of it that way.
I know. I love
The
TikTok.
light bulb goes off. Like, oh,
Like,
that's
oh,
right.
that's how we supposed to act? Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm not supposed to fall in love after 2 days. Okay. 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 Bitch, stop buying them shoes. Look, that's how you know I like you. I'll buy you some shoes.
Oh,
If
Lord.
I buy you some shoes. And I'm gonna stop that next week.
That's your love language. Your love. It sounds like
I
your
buy-
love, Tonya. Your love language is giving,
It is
gifting rather.
gifting, and it's been a downfall. It is, but I finally learned that after 35 years of life. Finally.
I tell my daughters and I tell my youth, they come up to me, Deborah, I'm dating a new guy. And I'll say, okay, don't give your whole heart away.
Don't.
Don't do that. Don't do that. I know how long you've been dating them. A week. Don't give your whole heart away. Don't do it. Because they're so easy at 16, 18, 19, they give their whole hearts.
Mhm.
There you go. And then I'm picking up the pieces,
Yeah.
I'm picking up the pieces 3 weeks later because he turns out to be a piece of chicken, a raw piece of chicken. Golden brown on the outside, bitten to him, he's not even done. Come on.
Girl, we even do that in our 40s. Let's be serious.
I was gonna say I'm 35. I do it.
Will says the wife drives me crazy with these damn TikTok. TikTok is bomb though, I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, it's a lot of broken. You have to be careful with TikTok too. It's a lot of broken people on TikTok.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it is.
I'm one. No.
You know what, though? This navigating honestly through the singleness has really been interesting for me. I'm not gonna lie. Like y'all, like I said, not even a dummy. I said that's why now. Listen, if you don't do okay, let me say this is my final thoughts because we have to wrap up. For me, if my needs are not being met, emotional needs are not being met, you will be replaced, baby. Because I have options and I know I have options. See, because of how I felt about myself, even though people were approaching me, but because I'm talking to you, I'm going to focus on you.
Right.
No. I say date them all. Date them all. And let the right one arise because he will arise. And let me say, dating is not having sex, okay?
Mhm.
Nope.
Dating is not having sex.
Mm.
It's dating. It is just dating. So I say date them all. Because how do I know as a person married for 20 years and now being single, how do I know what I really like? Because when I spoke to my therapist, I realized shit. Ooh, I still need to discover a lot of things as far as partners. Because when somebody asks me to go exclusive, I start panicking on the inside because I'm like, shit, I don't even know if I really like you. I like some parts of you, but I'm not willing to compromise or change things. Hell no. Maybe it's age. I don't know. But my advice and my final thoughts is, sis, date them all.
Off the market, my final thoughts are off the market, not until you have a conversation.
Of course.
I know, I don't care, not until you have a real conversation.
Yeah.
Anybody else final thoughts, Felicia?
Yeah, my final thoughts is off the market doesn't mean married.
Yes.
It
You're
means
not gonna
working
be nice.
for it. And you can stop it at any time. If it's not working for you,
That's true.
stop it.
That
Stop
is
it.
You can.
Yeah.
Tanya?
So yeah, for me, it's gonna be marriage. Like to me, marriage, because I'm at this point, I've not married. You know, I'm getting a little older, and yeah, off the market is gonna be off marriage, or until you make me feel like that's the path we're working on. Because I always tell them like, hey, it might not happen. It might be 10 years from now, but if we know that that's what we're working on, hey, that's
10 years.
not
You
10 years.
know, 10 years.
Yeah,
Sis.
5. Like
No,
you know,
you never get to 5. No, ma'am.
I'm scared. Like I'm scared. So. But like at the end of the day, like we're going through a series in church too, the divine human, and we are at the end of the day, the Bible's full of humans that like they're not perfect. We're not perfect, and we're still trying to figure it out. But if we both are working on this, like show me that we're working on this. Don't just tell me. You've got to show me.
Shit.
Show me so we can have this conversation. I've had that conversation and then nothing come from it. So no, let's have a conversation. Let's work towards it. Let's find solutions to fix the problems that we're having to work on a actual relationship. And then just know that actual relationship is we're gonna be married. Like I want to date with intentions, and to me, off the market, yeah, until we have that deep conversation and I feel comfortable with it. And really until marriage, like, because I've learned the hard way. I can date you and have those intentions, and 3 years later, I'm single again.
That's long. I'm not doing that shit. Bump that.
Yeah, look, we done planted everything. You that ring on my finger. You done did all that, and now here we are, 3 years later, and I'm single again. It just don't.
All right, ladies.
That paper. So we do it in front of God. I'm on the market.
Will says, have a great night. And he says, great show, ladies. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Will, we so appreciate you.
Yes.
Guys, I have enjoyed you guys. And I look forward to next week's show. And Tonya will be joining us again. Tonya, we just like,
Yay, Tonya.
We like you. You like baby sis, so That's why when you said 10 years, we all jumped like, what?
Look, I'm not trying to commit. Like I have I'm in therapy, so I'm working on it,
Right.
But to me, 10 years sounds reasonable.
No, we're not gonna let you do that.
No.
Okay.
Darling.
Okay, 5.
Oh, but that's another conversation. But anyway,
Girl, you'll be 40 waiting on him.
Yeah.
I know.
No.
We're not doing that. We're not waiting 10 years to get married.
Okay.
No.
Guys, I gotta go. I'll see you guys next week.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.
Have a great day.
Bye.
Night.